Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Empower Your Soul. It has been a hot minute since I've recorded some podcast episodes because I have been going on vacation with my kids. I've been doing a lot of self work, which is going to hopefully reflect in the upcoming episodes that I will be recording in the future. And I've been just taking a month or so to really focus on me, my energy. Who do I want to be when I grow up? Right. And so this has been a really important journey for me over the past month or so. And I want to reflect back. A lot of the upcoming podcast episodes will reflect back on the changes that I've made, the realizations I've had over the past month, which have been absolutely mind blowing. And it's just been such an amazing process of kind of undoing. And recently, I was pulling some cards and the Tower came up. And we all know the power of that Tower tarot card. It's brutal. And that's what I have literally been going through over the past month or so. It's all good. It's all wonderful. It's all undoing. And I think that's the amazing thing about this spiritual journey is that it's this continuous undoing. It's this undoing of learned behaviors, patterns, internal dialogue, both from this lifetime, from past lifetimes, and also your ancestral line. And so I am welcoming this Tower energy for me. I am welcoming this undoing because the more, I'm going to call it dead weight, I can remove from me, my energy, the better I can show up for myself, for my family, for my friends, and for all of you. So thank you for being here, for listening to me on this amazing journey. And let's get to this episode talking about our body and our soul's purpose and how these two are perfectly in alignment. And this came from reading a Linda Howe book while I was on the beach in Puerto Rico, which was amazing. It was so amazing. And I can't remember the exact name of the book, but it's the third one in her series. It's all about your soul's purpose, using the Akashic Records to uncover your soul's purpose. And one of the chapters absolutely gobsmacked me. This chapter was all about how, and I've read this in the past, right? We choose our soul's journey when we come here. We choose our soul lessons when we come here. We choose the lifetime. We choose the person we're kind of coming into. And that's, again, an all in a soul's journey by Michael Newton. But this was a whole new perspective on that with Linda Howe, who reflected that you select not only your lifetime, but your actual physical body to help you achieve your soul's purpose in this lifetime. And I'm going to quote a blog of hers from 2023 called Wellness Revisited. I will hopefully remember to link this in the show notes. But here is what she had to say that I think summarizes the chapter that I read very well. Out of all the possible bodies available when you were entering this incarnation, your soul chose the one you currently occupy. This was and continues to be a loving choice. From an Akashic perspective, your body is the optimal vehicle for encountering and embracing your divine reality. Your body and its condition are perfect for your soul's purposes and intentions in this particular life. Whether you have the physique of an Olympic athlete or a container of disease, your body is aiding you in manifesting your soul's destiny. I know when I feel healthy and wonderful, I get it. Oh, the body is an instrument for my soul, but it aches with a few aches and pains, or a frightening medical diagnosis. It raises a few questions and suddenly I don't know what this body is about. So let's open up ourselves to a new level of awareness, compassion, and respect for the physical self that we are in this life. With your body as the spokesperson for your soul, what message does your soul have for you and have for the world? Isn't that just absolutely mind-blowing and amazing? Because as I'm sitting there reading this chapter and reading about how our physical body is the perfect vessel of our soul, I'm literally sitting there on an 85-degree day in the tropics, on the beach, under an umbrella. My kids are splashing in the water around me, and I'm sitting there in a bathing suit. I'm sitting there in a bikini that covers the parts of me that I don't like, right? It's a high-rise bikini, right? I'm sitting there reflecting on, wow, I really wish I could have, stuck to a diet or exercised a little bit more before I came on vacation. And we are so nitpicky and critical of our bodies. And a lot of us wonder why we were born or why we have these vessels. Oh my God. My nose. I won't even get into my nose here. My nose is my ancestry. That is for sure. They call it a ski jump nose. I'm very sensitive over it. But as I'm talking about and reflecting in that moment, as I'm reading this chapter on the current state of my body, and I'm looking at what I perceive are these flaws with my physical stature, it's really kind of helped me refocus and reclaim my power in my physical body, because as I'm doing it. Don't mind me and my little negative self-talk here for a minute, but like, I have ginormous thighs, right? Those thighs can squat almost as much as my husband can, who's been weightlifting since I knew him, right? I have massive hips. These are definitely carried down through the family line, and these hips are what allowed me to bear my children, right? I am 5'3". I am tiny. Thank you for all my French, Canadian, and Italian ancestors. And this shortness for me is just so interesting because it's just, I'm short, but most people who only see me on video don't expect me to be this short in person. And I think it's an interesting concept because when you kind of look at my physical stature, I look like a typical white American, right? I am palatable, right? I look pretty friendly. I have so many people that mistake me for other people, constantly mistaking me for, "Hey, Julie, how are you?" No, I'm not Julie. I'm not, like, it happens constantly to me. I got mistaken for a violinist once. Like, no, I don't play the violin. And so it's just interesting to me that my physical stature is very small, unassuming, friendly, right? And so this is a part of what my soul's journey is here. I'm supposed to look friendly. I'm supposed to be unassuming. And those of you that know me, I swear like a sailor. I pack a big punch. I don't hold back with anything I have to say. I am who I am. So it's just interesting because I have this dichotomy on the outside versus what my personality is on the inside. A lot of people don't expect me to say the things I say, and especially the way that I say it. And so it's just so interesting to me that I thought about this in the bigger picture of things, because I never thought about my body as being a vessel for my soul and in perfect alignment with what I'm supposed to do here. And also, I want to say on the other side, what I really reflected on are the things that frustrate me about my body are actually the things that I need to overcome in this lifetime. And I was blessed with DNA that does not have wrinkles. Like, I am blessed with that. My 85-year-old grandmother, when she died, looked fabulous. Like, she was gorgeous. She should have been a movie star. Okay. But what we were blessed with with our DNA, unfortunately, were massive bunions. So that's always my line. And probably a little TMI for all of you. That's always my line. I don't have crow's feet, but I do have massive bunions on my feet. So it's just, these are the things that frustrate me, right? Although I have to tell you, I am a rock star at tree pose and yoga. You get me on my left foot, I can balance for days, right? Because that bunion gives me extra leverage. But I want to reflect, the bunion is on the left side of my body, the feminine side of my body, right? That bunion causes some hip problems, right? It causes some shoulder problems. And it's just so interesting to me because all of my body issues, physically, structurally, are on the left-hand side of my body. Those of you who have listened to this podcast a little bit, my maternal lineage has a lot of things that it needs to overcome. And so isn't that an interesting reflection of the maternal lineage literally showing up in my body? So it's a physical indicator of something that I need to resolve in this lifetime, right? And so I want you to reflect on yourself too, and you probably already are if you're listening to this podcast, but I want you to reflect on you and pause this podcast if you need to. Get out a notebook if you need to, because I think there's so much power in this exercise and this thought that what are the strengths of your body? What do you love about it? Why do you love it? Has it carried children? Do you have a really smart brain that allows you to really just take, school easily and excel your career, right? Do you have a big heart that you really love and care about people and, you help strangers on the street, right? Do you have big feet, which are really structural and supportive of you and your body, right? Do you have strong muscles that allows you to, help other people when they're moving and help lift your children up, right? So think about all these things that are strengths of your body. And then also, what are you less proud of in your body? Right? My bunion. The poor people that have to do my pedicures, right? I had a reflexology appointment this week. Sorry, Jake. Right? What are you less proud of in your body? And how can you reframe these seemingly physical flaws about your body to a perspective outcome, to a positive perspective and outlook? How can you perceive what you think is negative into a positive? What physical frustrations do you have? And how is that a reflection of what you need to overcome in this lifetime? And so this is a journey of really looking at your body and understanding how is it absolutely perfect with its flaws and all in supporting you on this incredible journey through life. How does it support you literally as you stand on planet Earth in your soul's purpose? This is such powerful stuff. It is so powerful. And so as I was been pondering this podcast idea, because I've been sitting on it a while, it's been a very, very busy few weeks catching up after I was gone on vacation. Spirit has brought this idea of cars to me. And I can't remember if it's in the book, honestly, or if this was, excuse me. Oh no, this was something that came out when I was chatting with my mentee. And this idea of cars, right? And how our body is the literal vehicle for our soul in this lifetime. So let's talk about cars. So every lifetime, you're going to get a different car, a different vehicle that allows you to succeed in your soul's purpose, right? One lifetime, you may be a tank, right? One lifetime, you may be a Mini Cooper. One time, I don't know, maybe I want to say convertible. I don't know what that equates to, but I'll say maybe you're a convertible versus maybe you're like a sedan, right? Or maybe you're a 2-seat car. You know what I mean? Your body is chosen every single lifetime for the purpose of your soul. And so when we think about cars being if our body is our car, it's our vessel, right? And I've been thinking and mulling this over and over and over. And then yesterday, I was driving around in my new SUV. Our old one got replaced around the new year. I don't remember if I've talked about it. I've had my original SUV since I was pregnant with my son. We buy them new. We drive them to the ground. This is our financial approach to vehicles. So I'm driving around in this new SUV and I'm loving it. I'm like literally appreciating the shit out of my new SUV. Like it's not fancy, but it's new. And I haven't had a new car in a long time. And I'm just like sitting there, that old car, the new car smell is in it. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm driving around and everything is so like, it feels so good. It feels so good sometimes to have those new things, right? The new cars. And I'm driving around appreciating this new car. And I literally see twice in a row on the same drive home what appears to be my literal old SUV. Same make, same model, same color, same stickers on the back window. And I don't think it was the literal same stickers, but they had similar size stickers in the same placement on this back window. And that's when I realized these cars that we're driving around, our bodies that we're driving around, we don't just select one for our entire lifetime. We kind of trade them out across our lifetime too. So it's not just the bodies we're born with that support our soul's journey, but you're going to see and maybe reflect on the different stages of your lifetime and how our bodies actually change over time to support us in our soul's journey. And I think there's different chapters in your soul's journey here in this lifetime. So I just want to reflect back on maybe some of my chapters and how my body has reacted or changed over time with where I am in my journey. Because I will tell you, why do I want to say that? Okay, I'm going to say this. Spirit's in my ear telling me to say this. So most of my life, I have been skinny fat. You know what I'm talking about? Like pretty good metabolism. I generally eat pretty healthy. So I'm skinny, but I don't necessarily exercise, right? I can tell you that for my wedding, I essentially starved myself into the size of my dress, right? I just ate salad for lunches every day, no dressing. Like I had like oatmeal for, so like I'm really, really good, really good at just not eating. This is who I am. This is probably something I need to reflect on after this episode. But when my friend asked me to join CrossFit, way back in 2018, my daughter was 2. I was working remotely full time. I needed to get out of the house. I needed human contact. So my friend asked me to join CrossFit and I said, okay, I'll join CrossFit. Sounds miserable, but let's go. And I have a gym in my basement. We've collected a lot of gym equipment over the years, but I joined CrossFit just so I could talk to people and socialize, right? Over the course of the 2 years I was at CrossFit before COVID forced me out of there, I can tell you that not only did I gain that community and I still chat with and I'm friends with people that I met at that gym, but also in that 2 years, I became the most physically strong version of myself. Like I looked in the mirror and I wasn't skinny fat anymore. I was like skinny with muscles and it looked damn good, right? Sidebar, I got to get back to CrossFit. But there's just something about that time frame and being able to gain that confidence and strength physically in my body, which reflected on the outside as well, because during that time, my physical body was a reflection of where I was at that time. I was strong and confident, being a mom of 2, kicking ass at my corporate job every day, working with executives. Like I was flying all over the country at that point, right? And so that physical change that I felt was reflected on the outside on where I was in that journey. And what's so interesting as well, when I started my spiritual journey, so that's the first example. The second example I'm going to give is that I have had not acne, but zits my entire life. Like, I'm not kidding. And I'm a picker. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm a picker. But I've had zits my entire life. Okay. When I literally had my spiritual awakening, all of my zits went away. My face cleared up. Right? I still get them occasionally, usually around my menstrual cycle, but my zits completely cleared up when I finally found spirit and kind of let them into my life, right? And so it's like, I don't know what the lesson, I'm sure someone out there is like, that's the lesson. This is the lesson. This is why she had her zits. I don't know what the lesson is, but I find it just so interesting that at that stage, I no longer had all of the lovely red spots all over my face, right? And so it's just interesting to me as I'm driving around and I'm seeing this new, that I'm in this car and I'm watching these old SUVs. Like, it's just so interesting about how your vehicle can get slight enhancements, slight improvements, slight tweaks over time that allow you, again, that's a reflection of where you are in your spiritual journey. So not only do I want you to reflect overall on how your body type, your physical strengths, your physical, I'm going to say opportunities because I don't think they're weaknesses, reflect perfectly in your soul's journey here in this lifetime, but I'm also going to challenge you. How has it changed over time? How has your body changed over time? And as you've overcome major obstacles in your life, how has your body shown up for you? How has your body changed? Right? And so this is all, this is where my head is at with I still need to process this. So don't think that I'm sitting here like fully processed in all this, but I thought it was such a powerful idea that I wanted to bring to all of you and allow you to think and ponder on as well. So I guess my parting words here, because I don't know if there's anything else to say, because I feel like I just dropped the mic, is what can you learn about your body that reflects in your soul's purpose? How can you reframe any perceived negatives of your physical body into your strengths? How can you look at your body with unconditional love as the perfect vessel for your soul in this lifetime? And as you ponder this, as this episode ends, I promise you I will be spending the rest of the day pondering the same thing. Thank you so much for listening in. And from my soul to yours, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.